Good morning. This is the fifth video lecture on number system, class 9th. Myself Gajan Davande. Now starting the slight revision of the previous lecture. Firstly, what we will do, we will revise the identities related to the laws of exponent for real number. A raised to the power m, a raised to the power n, that is base is common, a raised to the power m plus n. Second one, a raised to the power m raised to the power n, a raised to the power m into n. We have solved the number of example also yesterday. Okay, now that is a raised to the power m, a raised to the power n divided by, that is equal to a raised to the power m minus n, because a raised to the power n is in denominator. So if we will take it above, then it will there will be negative sign. Here m is greater than n. Now base is different, the power is common. So a raised to the power m, b raised to the power m is equal to a into b raised to the power m. Complete a into b, that is the product of the two numbers, power is m. Now fifth one, that is n root a, nth root of a is equal to a raised to the power 1 upon n. Clear? Here n is written here in front of this portion, that is small letter, then under root the number. So it means a raised to the power 1 upon n, or we can write 1 upon a raised to the power 1 upon n is equal to nth root of a, vice versa. Sixth one, that is a raised to the power m upon n. We have not discussed this one on that day, on the previous lecture. So a raised to the power m upon n is equal to nth root of a raised to the power m. Clear? Nth root of a raised to the power, complete raised to the power m. So we will use this, all these identities in the next exercise, that is exercise number 1.6. Clear? So that is NCERT book, exercise number 1.6. We will take one by one examples. First one, that is 64 raised to the power 1 upon 2. 64 raised to the power 1 upon 2, that is question number 1, first part. 64 raised to the power 1 upon 2. What is meaning? A raised to the power 1 upon n is equal to nth root of a. So we can write under root 64. So under root 64 means 8 into 8. This is under root 8 into 8. So this is equal to, now here you can see here. So this will be equal to 8. So the answer is 8. Clear? Just to understand, 64 can be written as 8 square. Clear? This is under root. So this is 1 by 2. So 8 raised to the power 2 upon 1 by 2. So 2 cancel. So this is equal to 8. So this is the answer. But the procedure is like this. You have to write down like this. Clear? Now this is the question number 1, first part. Question number 1, second part. 32 raised to the power 1 upon 5. 32 raised to the power 1 upon 5. Clear? So again, this is fifth root of 32. This means this is fifth root of 32. So logically 5 is there, means some number which is multiplied 5 times under the root, then that will be the answer. It means if 5 under root, I can write 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Clear? So, one more time, this is 2. So, 2 is 5 times. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32. So, this is equal to 2 raised to the power 5. Raised to the power, we can say 1 by 5. So, this is equal to 2 raised to the power 5 divided by 5. So, 5 is cancelled. So, answer is 2. This is the answer. I think concept is very much clear. Clear? Okay. The next one is 125 raised to the power 1 by 3. 125 raised to the power 1 by 3. Same thing can be written in this form, that is cube root of 125, means some number is, if multiplied by 3, then it 3 times, then it will be 125. We can take 1, so 1 will not be the answer, 2 is not answer, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 3 is not answer, 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, similarly 4 is not the answer, so 5. So, we can take 5, so 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. So, 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125. It means we can write down this one, that is 5 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 1 by 3. Clear? So, by using the identity again, 5 raised to the power 3 upon 3. So, 3 is cancelled. So, this is equal to 5 is the answer. So, it is very simple. Clear? So, this is question number 1 is complete. Question number 2 now. Find 9 raised to the power 3 by 2. Question number 2 first. 9 raised to the power 3 by 2. The question can be solved in number of ways. Okay. So, but these identities are being used. So, now here you can say that a raised to the power m upon n, that is nth root of a raised to the power m, means this is m and this is n. So, we can write from this identity this 2 under root 2 root of or under root 9 raised to the power 3. Clear? Under root 3 9 raised to the power 3. So, under what is the value of under root 9? Again the same thing, 3 raised square divided by 2 raised to the power 3. So, this is cancelled. So, this is 3 raised to the power 3. So, this is equal to 3 raised to the power 3. So, that is 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are, I am just writing in detail so that you can understand. So, that is 9 3s are 27. So, 27 is the answer. Means we have to simplify, we can simplify this. We can solve this question in a different manner also. Clear? But this is the simplest way, do not be get confused. Now, the second question. Second part of the second question, that is second question is 32 raised to the power 32 raised to the power 2 by 5. Here I am writing a raised to the power m by n is equal to nth root of a whole raised to the power m. Clear? So, here m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 5. So, I will write fifth root. Clear? Fifth root, you can see here, this is fifth root of 32 whole raised to the power 2. Now, it is very simple. You should not go for this whole square. We have to solve the question step by step. So, first step, write down or convert this one by using the identity in this form. Then solve only this one, this much. So, this is 5 fifth root of 2 raised to the power 5 whole raised to the power 2. It means this is equal to 2 because 2 raised to the power 5 upon 5, 5 will be cancelled. So, 2 to the power 1. So, 2 raised to the power 2. So, this is equal to 4 and this is the answer. So, now you can see it is a very simple thing, but you have to understand when to use which identity. You should not get confused. Okay? Now, third part of the question number 2. Third part is 16 raised to the power 3 by 4. 16 raised to the power 3 by 4. Okay. What we have to write? We have to convert it according to the identity, that is fourth root of 16 whole cube, correct? Yeah. So, this is fourth root of 16 raised to the power whole raised to the power 3. So, fourth root means this is equal to fourth root under root again 2 raised to the power 4. That is why I told you in the earlier classes, you have to remember the squares up to 20, up to 30 or up to 50 for to face the competitive examination, and you have to remember cubes up to 30. Clear? So that you can solve this very easily and very quickly. So, fourth root of 2 raised to the power 4 whole cube. So, again this is equal to 2 raised to the power 4 upon 4 whole raised to the power 3. So, this is equal to 2 raised to the power 3. So, this is equal to 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. So, answer is equal to 8. So, this is the answer. Clear? So, this is the third part. Fourth part of the second question. Fourth part of the second question, that is 125 raised to the power minus 1 upon 3. 125 raised to the power minus 1 upon 3. Now, you know minus sign, what indicates minus sign? That is, if a raised to the power minus n. So, this is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power n. This is a raised to the power minus n is equal to 1 upon a raised to the power n. N here becomes positive, but this will go into denominator. So, this identity we will use. So, 1 upon 125 raised to the power 1 upon 3. Now, we will use this identity, that is nth root, a raised to the power 1 upon n is equal to nth root of a. So, we can use this identity. So, 1 upon cube root 125. So, this is equal to, we have to write down short letter here. So, 3 cube root 125. So, 1 upon 5 raised to the power 3 whole raised to the power 1 upon 3. So, is equal to 1 upon 5 raised to the power 3 upon 3, 3 cancel. So, this is equal to 1 upon 5. So, this is the answer. Okay? I think this is not difficult, but you have to be very clear about the identities. You should know this, both the sides. If a plus a raised to power m plus n, you can write like this. If it is written a raised to the power m into n, you can write like this, and vice versa, you can convert it. Clear? Now, the question number 3 of 1.6. One by one we are completing the exercise, and this is the last exercise. So, you have to repeat the questions. Simplify, okay, very nice. 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 into 2 raised to the power 1 by 5. Question number 3, first part, 2 raised to the power 2 by 3, very good, 2 by 3 into 2 raised to the power 1 by 5, 1 by 5. You can see base is common, 2 is common, power is different. So, we will use identity 1. So, which identity I will write here, a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m plus n. This identity we will use. So, this is equal to 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 by 5. So, 2 raised to the power 15 is LCM, that is equal to 10 plus 3. So, 2 raised to the power 13 upon 15. So, this will 2 raised to the power 13 upon 15. I think now this is very clear to you that if the base is common, then the powers are added. So, this is LCM is 15, this is 3 5s are 15, so 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15, so 3 1s are 3, so 10 plus 3, so 13 upon 15. So, 2 raised to the power 13 upon 5, this is the simplified, this is simplified in this form, clear? So, this is the answer. The second one is 1 upon 3 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 7. 1 upon 3 raised to the power 3, 1 upon 3 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 7. Which identity? This one, second identity. A raised to the power m whole raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m into n. So, by using the identity, we can write 1 upon 3 raised to the power 3 into 7. This is the power of power. So, that is why 3 into 7. So, this is equal to 1 upon 3 raised to the power 21. So, this is equal to, you can write 1 raised to the power 21 is 1, that is why it is written 1, and this is 3 raised to the power 21 here. So, this is the, or if you want to simplify more, so 3 raised to the power minus 21. This is the answer, or this may be the answer, clear? Okay. Now, question number 3, this is I think last question, part number 3rd, 11 raised to the power 1 by 2, 11 raised to the power 1 by 2 upon 11 raised to the power 1 by 4, I think it is correct, okay, yes, correct. So, 11 base is common, okay. So, the identity third one, a raised to the power m upon a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n, where m is greater than n, clear? This identity is being used, it may be in the form of ratio, there is no problem, but the identity will be the same, this one. So, 11 raised to the power 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, clear? M minus n, m is 1 by 2, n is 1 by 4. So, 11 raised to the power 4 is LCM. So, this is equal to 2 minus 1. So, this is equal to 11 raised to the power 1 by 4. So, the answer is 11 raised to the power 1 by 4. Clear? Is there any doubt? Very good. So, now the last one, that is the fourth part of the question number 3. Fourth part of the question number 3. that is 7 raised to the power 1 by 2 and 8 raised to the power 1 by 2. 7 raised to the power 1 by 2 and 8 raised to the power 1 by 2. The powers are common. The powers are common. Fourth identity, a raised to the power m, b raised to the power m is equal to a into b whole raised to the power m. So here a is 7, b is 8, power is same, that is m 1 by 2. So it is equal to 7 into 8 raised to the power 1 by 2. Power is not multiplied, okay, base is multiplied, power will remain same. So that is again equal to 7 8 56 raised to the power 1 by 2, or you can write under root 56 is the answer. So this is the last question of the exercise 1.6 and of the your chapter number system. So we had gone through the so many things in the number system. So I will shortly want to summarize all these things what we have, हमने क्या क्या पढ़ा है, थोड़ा सा उसको अगर रिवीजन जैसा करें शॉर्ट में तो अपन ये कह सकते हैं कि नंबर सिस्टम में सबसे पहले आपने क्या किया, नंबर लाइन वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग इज नंबर लाइन. देन सेकंड थिंग, नंबर लाइन में आपने क्या किया, मार्किंग की. उसके बाद में आपने क्या किया, आपने पॉजिटिव साइड नेगेटिव साइड, ओके, जीरो इज देयर. देन फॉर वी विल स्टार्ट विद द नेचुरल नंबर. नेचुरल number means all the positive numbers starting from 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on. Then second one is whole number, that is 0 is included, that is 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. So this is whole number. They are indicated. I am just writing how this is by n, this is by w. If I am going somewhere I am wrong, you must rectify it and check it. It is not necessary that always I am writing it here is correct. Why? Because in the flow I may write sometimes xi or z or something like. So you must verify it also from the book. Okay, I know. Now natural number, whole number. The next one is integers. Integers are including minus also. So I will write minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So it is indicated by Q, sorry Z. It is indicated by Z. Fourth one is rational numbers. Rational number means they can be written in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0, where Q is not equal to 0. So P by Q in the form, and all the numbers, all the integers, all the whole numbers or all the natural numbers are rational numbers. They can be written in the form of P by Q, and it is also represented by small r. Clear? And it is represented by quotient, that is Q. Fifth one, irrational number. Irrational numbers means you cannot write the irrational number in the form of P by, you cannot write this one in the form of P by Q. So all those numbers which cannot be written in the form of P by Q is denoted by S. It is denoted by S, means these numbers are under root 2, under root 3, under root 5, under root 6, under root 7 and so on. Okay. So, you know now what is under root. So, under root 2, under root 2, 3, under root 4 and under root 4 is a rational number, it is not irrational number. And one more thing, that is the value of pi. Pi is also a irrational number, pi is irrational number. So, now all these numbers can be marked or must have their own positions on the number line. Means all these numbers are having their positions on the number line. Means all the natural number, whole number, integer, rational and irrational, they are having a fixed point. Means each number is having their own position, fixed position on the number line. So, all these numbers are called real numbers. So, what you can say, the number which is having their fixed position on the number line, all are real numbers. So, all the integers, all the whole numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, real numbers. Clear? So, rational number and irrational numbers are also defined. I am summarizing finally. Rational and irrational numbers can be defined in terms of their positions in decimals. Means that is, if it is recurring and repetitive in nature, recurring, non-terminating in nature, then it is a rational number. If it is non-recurring and non-repetitive in nature, then it is irrational number. Means irrational numbers are those numbers which are having non-repetitive and non-terminating numbers. Means they are not repeated after certain interval. So, they are called irrational numbers. Clear? So, all these about the number system, you know the exponent of the real numbers as well as the roots and squares, all these things. So, here the chapter is now finished. We will start the next chapter, that is polynomial. The second chapter, that is polynomial. Okay. So, we will summarize this one.